What's up everyone, my name is Miles. In the past 12 months, I've done about 1.5 million in sales via online arbitrage on Amazon FBA. In this video, we're going to talk about different ways to source profitable items to flip on Amazon. Let's get right into it. In this video, I'm not necessarily going to be going into detail and actually showing examples of how to use these different softwares, more so just talking about what my experiences with them, how they work and everything like that, and then how you can go and implement them on their own. I have videos talking about a lot of this stuff on my channel, live sourcing videos and all that, so if you're interested in that, definitely take a look, but this is more so an overview of different methods that I've used to source profitable items in the past and currently in my Amazon business, which made me 6 figures profit last year, and this year will make me multiple 6 figures in profit. So the first sourcing method is using Tactile Arbitrage. So basically, as we see here on the site, Tactile Arbitrage is, for the most part, it's a tool that automates going through different websites. We can see here an example of what a product search looks like. So best practice is, like, for example, right, Walgreens.com. You can run a Tactile Arbitrage search, not saying I've done it on that site, but just it works on most sites, right? And you can run a site on tactilearbitrage.com and it'll go through and take a few hours, typically ran overnight, and go through different product lines on these sites and pull out cross-referencing Amazon's data to find profitable opportunities. So this is something that I relied on heavily when I was just getting started last spring, actually spring 2021, and I still sell some items I found back in the day using TA. In terms of the features, you can do what's called a product search, which is searching through different websites. That's my favorite feature of it. I never really use the reverse search too much. Also, you can use it for wholesale too. I only do online arbitrage, though I know some people use the wholesale search feature. We can see there's a bunch of different stuff on here, but the best success I've had with it is you can see some of the different sites it works on here. It looks like 908 sourcing sites available. So that's a lot. If you search all those, you're going to find some stuff that's good. What a lot of people do is they'll get their feet wet using Tactile Arbitrage and they'll eventually automate the process using a virtual assistant, which we'll talk about a little later, best practices for that kind of stuff. But yeah, so Tactile Arbitrage is a good resource, tends to be what most people start out with online arbitrage because it's a lot easier and just in theory than some other stuff, which we'll talk about later. Which does lead it to then you need to get kind of more detail on it. Some ways I like in terms of becoming more detailed with Tactile Arbitrage is filtering in different sites, for example. So let's say Walgreens has a 15% off code. Writing on your search that you're going to put in the discount filter as an extra 15% off on the site, which then gives you access to products other people aren't looking at that maybe just have their VAs run the same search every day. Moving on, in terms of getting more detailed with Tactile Arbitrage, there's Tactile Expander. Most people have never even heard of this, but this is a major game changer because you get all the benefit of Tactile Arbitrage, but you get to search other sites. So if we come here, they add a ton of additional sites here. eBay, TJ Maxx, Mattel, Fleet, CVS Pharmacy, JCPenney, Nike. Some of these sites I've bought profitable items on that have made me thousands. And we can see here on the current available sites, so we can see this actually works fairly worldwide. But we can see the full list here on looking at the USA. Anything like that here. Petfood.com, some of these other ones, Brooks Brothers, IKEA, a bunch of websites. That's probably like 200 or 300 extra sites and all that. So basically you connect the two, right, and have them partner up, and you can search through additional websites using the product feature on Tactile Arbitrage. So if you're currently using Tactile Arbitrage and having success and you have the bankroll, Tactile Expander is a little expensive. I think it's like $500 lifetime. Oh, it's actually monthly now, so $29 monthly. Back in the day when I paid, I think I got like the premium version. It was $497. But either way, $29 monthly is actually, there was only yearly back when I bought it, but $29 monthly is actually really affordable. So if you have the bankroll and you're currently using TA, definitely look into using Tactile Expander because it's a very good resource. See footlocker.com, ASICS, tons of websites for other categories as well. Saks, Dollar Days, Famous Footwear, Samsung. It's a beautiful thing. Check that out. It's definitely a good resource. Moving on, so the next method is reverse sourcing. Reverse sourcing is basically looking through other people's stores, getting an idea of what's working for other people. This has worked really well for me. And then partnering that up, going a step further and using SellerAmp. So here on my screen, we can see SellerAmp, which right now, in the way you see it, is just a profit calculator, right? It tells me what I could pay for an item, what it sells for, the ROI, right? So here, this is selling for $10. Not saying this is a good item. If I could find this for $2, which who knows if I can, I would be able to make $3 profit and a great ROI. But coming down and looking with SellerAmp, see we can go down here and see the keepa, which is another tool you guys should have. We can actually come down and very easily reverse source people here. And so within SellerAmp, we're scrolling down, we can see the keepa as well. So if we scroll down there, we can see the keepa over time, which is pretty awesome. But the real value comes in with SellerAmp is when you can actually go ahead and use it to reverse source really efficiently. So here we can then come down and see who's actually selling it. It looks like this one is being FBA'd by a lot of people. There's a decent chance it is probably being drop shipped. And if we keep looking on the keepa here, which we can actually see as well through SellerAmp right here, we can see Amazon's on it. So this is not a product you're going to want to sell because it's heavy competition and Amazon's selling it themselves, and Amazon's going to hog the buy box. So you're not going to get any buy box share. If we come down here and look at the data keepa statistics, good chance Amazon has 100% of this buy box, which it looks like they have 95%. And if we come to 90 days, 97%, and 180 days, they have 98% of it. So pretty much all of it. But the value with SellerAmp is coming down here and actually clicking in and looking at what types of products people are selling and all types of stuff like that. Immediately when we come to see someone's store, we can see their rating, their review count. So clearly this guy's making money. He has a boatload of reviews. We can see the agency selling, and we can then come here and reverse source different sellers that are on here. And we can come, and the value is that when you're just normally reverse sourcing someone, you have to click into each individual listing to see the keepa, all that kind of stuff. But here we can just come in and immediately see the keepa, and right here we can one-click Google like that, which is awesome. So that's the method I like using a lot. Let's actually see, 13 was that good? All right, no, okay, so that wasn't good. And I wouldn't even search this because I see Amazon's on it. But when I like to reverse source people using SellerAmp, I'll come through, and this guy is dealing with a lot of stuff Amazon's on, so I'm probably not going to find too much good stuff on here, like this one maybe. But we can just one-click Google products that meet our criteria when we're coming in here and looking at what the item's moving for, the keepa, the sales history and all that. But the big red flag immediately is just me personally looking whether Amazon's on it and then looking at the buy box price. So you can really get through stuff a lot quicker using SellerAmp's reverse sourcing feature. The next one, so I referenced this earlier, and really all this stuff you can get virtual assistants for, but talking about using virtual assistants, you can find amazing talent that has experience sourcing products for Amazon online arbitrage. This is something I've used. I know a lot of people who do this is basically hiring virtual assistants for between like $3 and $10 an hour, depending on the skill level, experience, and all that, and having them help you out completely remote and everything, talk through Facebook or Skype, Discord, something like that, and have them source products for you. So typical workflow a lot of people have is they'll have their VA work opposite hours to them to source products, because right there gets to a certain point where you have capital that you need to deploy and you have too little product sourcing or too little time to go ahead and find that. So getting a VA is a great idea. Kind of a pro tip for onlinejobs.ph. I'll probably make a full tutorial on this in the next few weeks because I just actually got one to help out with my TikToks, who is an absolute rock star, and I'm super excited with that. Is within your job posting a little caveat, like an extra thing in there, like basically because you'll immediately overnight if you pay the $70 the one time, or it's a month but just one time and then cancel, and your job posting will get it posted immediately. There is a free version, but definitely pay the $70 a month just for the speed of it. And putting something in there that's like in your application, send your resume, experience, what expectations, all that, and a spreadsheet that with your 3 favorite colors in the cells, right? Something like that shows that the person actually read it, because it makes it really easy to immediately disqualify people if they don't actually read the entire thing. So that's a quick one. I'll make a full video on that. And the last one, which is the most underrated one by a mile, is networking with other sellers. And this is, can't really give too many good tips on this besides be super active in the Amazon community, meet as many people as possible, post content, all that, and just get around Amazon sellers, right? Because it's impossible in real life for the most part to find people who know about all this stuff and everything, and it makes it a lot more fun when you have buddies you can do it with. Because I did Amazon for 18 months, didn't really find any success, and then last spring I met a group of guys. We got together, we Zoomed like every day, we still FaceTimed pretty much every day since then. We're a group of really good friends, and we've all made 6 figures in profit and all done over 7 figures in sales since then. So networking is one I cannot overstate enough, or whatever. I cannot underestimate, or that is really, really helpful that you should definitely take advantage of. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Let me know what was helpful if you want tutorials on all these and all that. But I really appreciate it. SellerAmp or reverse sourcing is the one that's worked best for me, but definitely try these out and you'll have success if you try, if you work on it enough and everything. But thank you guys. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Really appreciate it.